This is a lesson on an introduction to matrices. All a matrix is a rectangular array of variables or constants that's put in horizontal rows and vertical columns, and usually it is enclosed in these brackets. So here we have the 2, 6, 1. That's the first row. And the second row is 7, 1, 5. Third row is 9, 3, 0. And the fourth row is 12, 15, and 26. And each one of these items in the matrices is called an element. What we usually do is we label a matrices using an uppercase letter. So here my matrices was labeled A. So you have A equals, and then in the brackets you have each element. In this matrices there are the 4 rows and there are 3 columns. When we label a matrices, it's described by its dimensions, and the dimensions are always the number of rows by the number of columns. So since this has 4 rows and 3 columns, we would say that it is a 4 by 3 matrices. So let's look at, like here you have this first matrices. It is you always list the number of rows by the number of columns, so it would be a 3 by 2 matrices. So it's a 3 by 2. This one is a 2 by 3. Therefore, they are not equal. They have different dimensions and they're not equal. These two matrices down here, they have the same, they're both 2 by 2. They have the same dimensions. However, the elements are not equal. This one and this one are in the same place, but here you have a 2, whereas here you have an 8. So the corresponding elements are not equal, therefore the matrices are not equal. Here we have an equation. It is y and 3 is equal to 3x minus 2 and 2y plus x. Each of these are a 2 by 1, the number of rows by the number of columns. So they have 2 rows, 1 column. So they're both 2 by 1. So what we can do, since they are set equal to each other, we know that the corresponding elements are equal. What that means is what's here in the first row and first column has to be equal to what's in the first row and the first column of the second matrices. So let's look at this, how I can set this up. 3x minus 2 is equal to y, and 2y plus x is equal to 3. Well, we've already learned this year how to use substitution to solve. I went ahead and worked it out for you. I took what was the y was equal to here. Oops, I'm sorry. Still learning to play with my little toys here. My 3x minus 2 is equal to y. So where I had a y in this equation, I substituted in the 3x minus 2. So I still have the 2. This 2 came here. And I still have the x plus 3 there over here. Plus x equals 3. I just replaced the y with 3x minus 2. Then I went ahead and distributed my 2. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times a negative 2 is negative 4. Then I combined my like terms. 6x plus x gave me 7x. Brought down my minus 4 and my equals 3. Added 4 to both sides. 3 plus 4 gave me 7, and negative 4 plus 4, that disappeared, became 0. So I have 7x equals 7. Divide both sides by 7, you get x equals 1. Now, it's pretty easy to solve for y once I have x. I took it and plugged it in here for the value of x. So I have 3 times 1 minus 2 equals y. 3 minus 2 is 1, so y equals 1. So the solution for my matrices is 1, 1. Let's look at how to do one more of those together. Y and 3x is equal to 6 minus 2x and 31 plus 4y. Once again, the corresponding elements are equal. So I'm going to take the first element from the first row, first column, and set it equal to the first element in the other matrix C. So I have y equals 6 minus 2x, and I know that 3x equals 31 plus 4y. Once again, substitution is going to be the easiest thing to use because I already know that y. Okay, so y is equal to 6 minus 2x, so I'm going to take that value and replace this y with what y is equal to. So I'm just going to rewrite the 3x equals 31 plus 4, but in place of my y, I'm substituting in a 6 minus 2x. I'm going to go ahead and distribute the 4. So I have 24 minus 8x plus 31 equals 3x. Go ahead and combine my like terms. 31 plus 24 is 55. I'm going to go ahead and add this 8x to the other side of the equation. So 8 plus 3 is 11x. Divide both sides by 11. And x is equal to 5. Now that I know x, I can very easily solve for y. I just plug it back into my original equation. 6 minus 2 times, in place of x, I now have 5 is equal to y. So I know that y equals 6 minus 10. 6 minus 10 is negative 4. So my solution is 5, negative 4.